Hello YouTube, welcome back. Chris here. Today I want to go over another e-bike from Specialized. This is a really exciting one. It is the new for 2022 Specialized Como. A lot of changes here between the 2022 Como and the previous Como, so a lot to go over. So let's take a look. I'm here on Specialized website and we're going to click on Turbo e-bikes and Turbo Como. I'm just going to go over the Turbo Comos today, not the SLs. And here is a first look of the 2022 Como. Big difference from the old Como. Right away you can see really deep step through. No longer having two bars, it's just a single tube here. Just like the Vado, which I went over in my last video, that new type of Brose motor, and that new battery that comes out the bottom of the frame. Both the Como and the Vado have this little trap door on the front here. I suspect that's for servicing the electronic components in here. I did take it off of a Vado and look in there. When the steerer tube of the fork is in there, you can't really see much, but I'm sure when you remove the fork, this will give you access to everything inside here for the battery. Let's go ahead and scroll down here, look at some more pictures. As I mentioned in my last video, I have a real beef with manufacturers' websites and fantasy pictures. I guess it does get you excited about the product, but lack of product information and more about pictures and videos of people pretending to have fun on the bike. Not that it's not a fun bike, but this is the new TCD, same TCD that you're going to see on the Vado. Nice full color display. And then the headlight and tail light combo. This is a Lezyne front headlight. And this is the Spaninga rear tail light. I love saying that. This is really cool here. If you watch my videos, you may have seen I recently did a couple videos on the new Serial 1 by Harley Davidson bikes, which are actually automatic shifting bikes. Well, we thought that was kind of unique to Harley Davidson, but it actually isn't. Here we're showing that the new Como is going to come in both a auto shifting version and a traditional shifting version. So they will have one with the traditional rear derailleur and one with a auto shifting internal rear hub with a belt drive. Pretty cool. In their catalog here, it looks like, and I'll show you in a minute here, they are only showing the mechanical ones, but we'll dive deeper when the information becomes available. So let's go back up to the top here and look at some technical specifications. To get to anything further than this, you have to hit pre-order here. Alright, so in here I'm going to filter out our SLs. We're going to look just at the Comos today. I'm also going to note down here at the bottom, these are the old version of the Como, the 2021 model. This is going to be going away, and it's going to be replaced with the new version here. One thing you'll notice right away, only step-through versions. That is going to be the case. I've looked in my dealer catalog. They are not offering this in a step-over, at least as of yet, and I would not be surprised if that holds true for the entirety of this product. So only step through. I think that's something you're going to see more and more bike manufacturers doing as they kind of go away from the men's and women's and just start calling them step through, especially in a comfort e-bike category. That seems to be something that kind of makes sense. I think some people are going to hate it, but I think most people will be kind of indifferent on it and not care. And so they're just going to have a step-through option. So this traditional step-over frame will be gone, it looks like. And I also mentioned that new frame design with a real low step. This is a good comparison here with the 2-bar setup versus what they're going to be doing here in the future with the single tube that encases everything, your battery, your motor, and all that, and gives you a real low step-through clearance. So as we can see here, 3 different versions. This will eventually become 6 different versions when they add in the auto shifting version, but as of now they are not available here in the catalog. We have a Turbo Como 3.0, 4.0, and 5.0. The price points are $3,250, $4,000, and $5,000. These are actually the exact same price points as what we're seeing on our Turbo Vado. Let's start with our Turbo Como 3.0. So here it is. I think it's a nice looking bike. One thing to note, these handlebars are really unique. I'm not 100% sure how much I like that or not. I want to see the bike in person before I judge it too much, but really high, like flying V design. Very unique. I may be wrong, but probably not very adjustable here as far as options with bar and stem, because it's a one-piece bar stem that bolts to the steerer tube. But yeah, we'll see. One other thing that I didn't really mention is Specialized Como typically or traditionally never had a suspension fork. All of the builds, 3, 4, and 5, now have a suspension fork. So kind of cool. In the past, a lot of people would ask me in the shop why they didn't have suspension forks, and typically the answer would be, well, when you've got a really large tire, you get enough suspension out of it on a comfort bike, you don't really need it. Well, it sounds like they got sick of hearing that question and eventually just broke down and put suspension forks on these. So that's pretty cool. I think that will go over really well with the market looking to buy these bikes. Turbo Como. Well, let's look at our technical specifications for the 3.0. They start with the sizing chart, which I wish they would give you a more consumer-friendly sizing chart. This is a kind of what you would use in a bike shop setting to give you every little dimension of the bike, which to most people, most of this means nothing, but real simple to size: small, medium, large. It's mostly based on your height. These bikes are pretty easy to size. Everyone's going to kind of fit in one of these categories pretty well. Aluminum frame, Sun Tour fork, 80mm travel. The handlebars, they just call this the Specialized Como handlebar stem combo. So again, looking forward to seeing what that looks like in person. Brakes, Shimano BR MT200s. More entry-level Shimano disc brake, but very nice quality. Drivetrain, Shimano Alivio 9-speed. And this is going to be a 1x setup, as most e-bikes are. So just a 9-speed shifter, no front derailleur, and it's going to be a 1136 gear range. So pretty nice gear range. 48 tooth on the front. Here's what I mentioned before, the Lezyne headlight. Really nice, powerful headlight. I got to play around with the one on the Vado. I got a Vado in the store already. So it's a really nice feature there. And that Spaninga tail light. Comes with a built-in rack and fenders. These are the Specialized Drytech fenders, which are very nice, sturdy aluminum fenders. Really a big fan of those. Some fenders are just poor quality and plastic, cheap. They come misshapen and all that, but no, these are really sturdy, nice fenders. As is traditional with the Specialized Como, it does have the 27.5 or 650B wheel size, and I believe the tires, Pathfinder 2.3 width, so a nice wide tire, as is to be expected on a comfort bike. Now, in the last video with the Vados, I didn't know a ton about these motors. I did get a little bit more information here, so I'm going to fill you in. They call this the Specialized 2.0E, 50 Newton meter torque, custom tuned 250 watt motor. All of these motors, for the 3.0 it's the 2.0E, for the 4.0 it's the 2.0, and for the 5.0 it's the 2.2. All of them are class 3 motors. They are 28 mile per hour top speed. They do have different torque ratings and different tunes on them. They are also all 250 watts. So all the Specialized Vados and all the Specialized Comos are now class 3 28 mile per hour top speed e-bikes, to the best of my knowledge. That's what I did, or that's what I found in my own research here. Unless they're changing something, I believe that's going to be true with these bikes when they are available. Now, before, a Como at this price point was a class 1, so it was a 20 mile per hour top speed, and I believe that is a change for this year, that all of the Comos as well as Vados are now class 3. It's got that new TCD display, full color, Bluetooth, anti-theft feature. Haven't gotten to play with that yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. And that's about it for our 3.0. Let's go check out our 4.0. As we move between the 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, keep in mind the frame is essentially going to be the same. What's going to change is just the spec on the bike. So I'll point out the features here that are changing. Same colors available in the 4.0. We have the limestone, sand, cast black, and red tint. Bike looks essentially the same, it's just going to have a spec change. So let's dive in here and see what they did. Same sizing. So they do add a suspension seat post on the Como 4.0, so it's not going to be just a rigid post, you do get a suspension post. Brakes move up to a SRAM level hydraulic disc brake, so a little bit nicer quality disc brake, a little bit more braking power. Your drivetrain goes to an 11-speed SRAM NX setup as opposed to the Alivio 9-speed setup. It's going to be a 1x with an 1142 in the back, so a little bit wider gear range in the back cassette, and still that Praxis 48-tooth chainring. It's got that same Lezyne and Spaninga headlight taillight combo, same rack, same fenders, wheel size the same, tires the same, and then the other last notable difference is going to be the motor. As I mentioned before, that 3.0 had the Specialized 2.0E with 50 newton meters of torque. They call this a Specialized 2.0 with 70 newton meters of torque. So different tune, what I believe is mostly the same motor, 250 watt system, but a little different tune, so it's going to ride slightly different. And last but not least, we'll go back here and look at our Como 5.0. Como 5.0 is going to be the top of the line at a $5,000 price tag. Comes in the same 4 colors as the other 2 bikes. Same sizing, small, medium, large. We'll look at the technical specifications here. The fork is going to have a nice upgrade to a RockShox Recon RL 80mm travel with motion control. This is going to get some nice ergon grips. Here we go to a much more powerful braking system, SRAM G2 RS. This is a 4-piston caliper, so it's going to have 2 pistons on each side of the hydraulic disc brake caliper as opposed to 1. So a lot more braking power and a higher end brake set. This has a nice upgrade to a SRAM GX setup, so it's going to have a 11-speed rear just like the Como 4.0, but just nicer quality shift components and derailleurs there. Same gear ratio, 1142 on the cassette and a 48-tooth chainring. More powerful headlight. The other 2 bikes come with a 210 lumen light, where the 5.0 comes with a 310 lumen light, so you get a little more power there, and that same tail light. Got your rack, got your fenders, that's all the same. Same tires, same wheel size. And then here's that motor. They call this a Specialized 2.2 90 Newton meter custom tuned motor with 250 watt. So, also class 3, more torque, upgraded motor in the bike. That's really all I can say at this time. I don't know too much more about the differences in these. I look forward to learning more. And so, that's about it for our Specialized Turbo Comos for 2022. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see my video on the 2022 Vado, I'll link it here at the end. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And we will see you next time.